So here we are at the beginning of Paseo Montejo, which is Merida's first ever street, situated right in the center of the current day Merida. And at the beginning of the street we have a monument, Monumento de la Patria, which is dedicated to the first civilization in Merida, which was the Mayan civilization. So here we have Moctezuma, one of the first Mayan leaders. We have jaguars, which connected the Mayan people to the underworld. To the side of Moctezuma we have some of the Mayan people looking upwards towards the gods that they worshipped, gods of the sun, of rain, that looked over them and helped them prosper. And here we have the first crest of Merida. And then begins Merida's colonial history. This is the home of a former Spanish politician. This is now a school, Escuela Modelo. Here's the rest of the grounds, all of which belong to that Spanish politician, all part of his hacienda. And you'll notice as we continue through Paseo Montejo that the majority of the structures here are either reconstructed or refurbished versions of the original homes, mostly being mansions and other structures from the first colonial street in Merida. The majority of the buildings initially were built using the Mayan stones from the Mayan homes that were here in Merida. Merida was a major city in the Mayan civilization. People think of Chichen Itza and Uxmal, but these were like religious or political centers, and this is where the people actually lived. So their homes were destroyed, and the conveniently carved stones were used to build these initial colonial mansions here on Merida's first street, Paseo Montejo. Here we have the first Spanish soldiers who didn't have big numbers, but because of their horses and armors and guns were seen like some invading gods or aliens, and managed to take over the area. Here we have a Mayan man crying with the acceptance of Spanish rule in the area. Here we have a Spanish man marrying a Mayan woman, beginning what we call mestizos, mixed people, which the majority are now mixed in Mexico, of some Mayan and European descent. Bike lanes were recently installed on Paseo Montejo. So if you don't have the time or the heat tolerance to walk the whole stretch, which can take a while, you can get a bicycle. There's actually a bicycle rental, an electric with electric bikes, that is near the beginning of the street, on the northern end, near the Monumento de la Patria. So this red and pink building over there, which is today Holiday Inn, was the first hotel in Merida. Obviously, it was not a Holiday Inn at that point. And to the right of that, we have the Fiesta Americana, which was built over a cemetery. And because of this fact, some people claim that they've seen paranormal activities happening in the hotel. But despite that fact, it is still one of the priciest hotels in the city. Paseo Montejo's design was influenced by the French boulevards of the era.
The place that the palaces are. You can see it in the downtown, the place where they arrive.
With the goal of modernizing the city and providing an additional hub for social and commercial gatherings, a group of farmers, industrialists, and merchants of the area came up with the idea of a boulevard named Paseo de Montejo in 1888. These two emblematic mansions here belong to the man himself, Francisco Montejo, that he owned for a certain period. They were owned by different wealthy European families. The latest family to finish the construction of the mansions were the Barbachanos, who got rich from the production of Heineken, or creating products from Heineken, which is a plant that's similar to agave, obviously shipped back to Europe. And the descendants of their family still own the mansions to this day. So here's some Heineken, the green gold that led to the wealth of the Spaniards here in Merida. The other owners of the mansions on El Paseo Montejo were either landowners, industrialists, or owners of many retail stores. When the price of Heineken went down, a lot of them shifted to producing livestock, mostly beef, and sending that beef to Europe, which didn't have the large land masses available for producing industrial quantities of beef that was available here in Mexico versus Europe. So now we're going to start to wrap up the video with some footage of the mansions on Paseo Montejo, many of which built by the wealthy colonizers of the area, who were able to enslave or somewhat enslave the locals through encomiendas, which I'll talk about and show more in a future video, where I discovered, well, thanks to my roommates Julian and Marianne, a kind of unadvertised mansion close to Merida. So that'll be an upcoming video on the channel. And if you've enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've got many more videos of Merida coming up, and if you'd like to see some of those, of the city and some of the things to do around here, which there are a lot of, I have a playlist with all those videos linked in the description for this video, as well as another link to when I bicycled through Mexico 3 years ago, checking out western and central Mexico. This time around in 2021, I was checking out eastern Mexico. So both those links to those playlists are available in the description for this video. That first time I was in Mexico was part of a larger trip bicycling through Latin America. I've also bicycled through Eastern Africa and Eastern Europe, and I have playlists for all those countries that I've bicycled through available on this very same YouTube channel, Hum of the Earth. Alternatively, if you'd like to see an interactive map of everywhere that I went and everything that I got to see and do, I have that map available over on my website, followthehumoftheearth.com. Where you can click on the different locations and see the various blog posts and videos that I've made of those places. And if you'd like to follow my continuing adventures in Merida, the Yucatan Peninsula, and beyond, you can do so by clicking on the red subscribe button and clicking on the bell to be notified when new videos come out. Alright, so that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.